Hey guys, so I'd like to run a quick thought experiment past you. So what I've been talking about lately, the ways and means to lower our anxiety and fear if it's gotten to an unhealthy level. What I would like now to talk about for us is to look at this still in yet another way. We can approach change in two ways, either mentally or behaviorally, and that one will affect the other. I know when I mention certain keywords like mindfulness, emotional intelligence, cognitive bias, and a lot of people start thinking I'm trying to talk philosophically or something, but I'm definitely not. And I please need you to know that everything I speak about is scientifically based and proven. So on that, in the same way that there's two different approaches to lower our anxiety, stress, and fear through practicing either mentally or behaviorally, this holds true if we look at the big picture, how we interact on an interpersonal level. These same limiting beliefs and negative self-talk that we need to learn to listen to and deal with in order to get past our learned cognitive biases and blind spots, so they don't hold us back on a personal level. We can also take these to a community level as well. What I mean by this, what I'm talking about is our addiction to outrage. Did you hear that? Our addiction to outrage. I'm talking about how as soon as we hear somebody bring something up, a topic that we don't agree with, we automatically throw up a wall. Once again, sorry guys, still working this out. Automatically throw up a wall if we don't agree with it, right? And the reason we do this is the same reason we do it in our own heads, which is our cognitive biases. If just left unchecked, they lead to more anxiety, stress, and fear. When we bring it to a community level, what happens on a fundamental level as human beings, and either we communicate and collaborate, or we could choose to fight. And that's the two. When we see this as a way of how we are, it's obvious that there's why there's so much strife going on right now. So we can choose to try and stay the same and just think we're 100% right, we know everything, or we could become a little bit open-minded that the person we think is an adversary actually wants the same exact things that we do, which only makes sense since we all have the same basic needs and wants. So my hope is next time we have a conversation with somebody that we assume is stupid or ignorant or immoral, are actually just like us, with just a different set of cognitive biases going on in their own overdrive, only showing them the proof that we're obviously wrong and that we're obviously ignorant, right? Maybe we could take a little open-mindedness to that, because we have a tendency to forget that there isn't anything completely positively good or bad, 100% healthy or unhealthy. There's always a mix, and we need to see this, be able to work through blind spots and try to achieve some type of balance. I just recently had a great example of this happen to me, where recently I was having a conversation and somebody mentioned a certain movement was fundamentally flawed because of what they used. They used the buzzword, what I thought was just a buzzword anyway. So in an attempt to walk the talk, what I did was I followed up after the conversation with some research, and lo and behold, they were right. Even though I thought it was 100% right, no doubt about it, I would have staked my life on it. And the funny thing is, you would think finding this out, that I wasn't 100% right, would make me feel crappy, but it actually had the opposite effect. Because for me, I gotta set off alarms. I set off notifications, just not alarms. It was actually somewhat gratifying because I felt like I had seen through a veil. Dismiss, yes.
Good evening, Jerry. The time is 6:55 p.m.
Okay, thanks for the reminder. Getting jammed about trying to hurry up enough as is. Oh, okay, where was I? Was actually somewhat happy to find out that I was wrong, because I realized there's more to learn and explore. That's what gets me excited, about new possibilities, So definitely lost my train of thought. Hey, Judy. So I'll just wrap this up with on how I'll say it's so important for us to stop, how I always say it's so important for us to stop and shine a light on our feelings to see if they're true or not, because usually when we do that, the evidence shows that the reason for our fear is mostly manufactured in our own head and unrealistic. Maybe we could take the same idea into our next conversation with somebody that we don't totally agree with or even completely disagree with, and be a little open-minded to the idea that we're actually both looking for the same results. And if we could have a little bit of an open dialogue, we could possibly find the best way there, right? Do it all together. Would be really nice. Okay, thanks guys. Love you and peace out. I would love if you give a comment that you will try to have an open conversation with somebody like this, or even the fact that that you're not going to and the reason why. I think it'd be helpful for all of us. Okay, thanks.